And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Canale Arena on the campus of Christian Brothers University for tonight's non-GSC matchup between the Lane Dragons and the now ranked nationally number 24 CBU Buccaneers here at Canale Arena. This is Ken Opperman asking you to join me in tonight's broadcast. And for those of you watching, we have a few new graphics that we are playing with tonight, and I'm in charge of trying to get them on in the right time and the right place. So hopefully all that will work among everything else that's going on pregame-wise. We had a bent rim a while ago, so I wasn't sure we were getting on in time, but we are. So we now will have a very quick pregame show. But anyway, Bucks are coming off a big win against, at the time, number 3 and number 8 Lincoln Memorial, that 81-75 win here Saturday against the Rail Splitters. Tonight they have the Dragons, who come in 0-2. Looking at the game here against Lane, it's the 11th meeting between the two, with the Bucks holding a 7-3 edge. CBU won the last 5 meetings since dropping a 73-69 decision in 2006. I believe at Lane, including wins of 78-70 at home and 64-54 at Lane last year. The Bucks are 4-2 against Lane in Canale and 3-1 in Jackson. And looking at a few other things, again, the Bucks moved into the poll after winning at the time, or up to this point, their highest ranked team ever in NABC poll, topping a win at number 5 Montevallo in 2010. With that win, again, they came up to number 24 in the NABC rankings. They've now reached NABC top 25 in 6 of the last 9 seasons. And in that game, Nick Deifel earned GSC Freshman of the Week honors after scoring 17 points with 5 rebounds and 2 steals in the Bucks win against Lincoln Memorial. Looking at Lane tonight, they enter with an 0-2 record after dropping a pair of games in Missouri against Lincoln 76-67 and Lindenwood 89-72 last weekend. They went 14-13 last year, including 11-8 in the SIAC, as they tied for the SIAC West Championship and reached the SIAC quarterfinals before losing to eventual champion Claflin. And we will actually be joined. Wasn't sure if schedules would work out, but Dr. John Smerelli Jr. will be joining us here shortly for the color or not audio here at Canale in Memphis this evening. And joined now by Dr. John Smerelli Jr. Dr. Smerelli, welcome. I'm glad that your agent was able to let you know quick this afternoon that Eli and Sports 56 weren't here, so you're just going to have to end up at the right end of the table instead of the left end of the table for tonight.
This is the experience end of the table, Ken. Working with you is always an honor and a privilege and a pleasure. So this is great. Thank you. Good to be here.
We'll pause for the national anthem, and we've got the starting lineups. You all watching on video, you're going to like these starting lineups and the graphic we have going on. Just wait for it, folks. Wait for it. We'll be back after the national anthem. And looking at the lineups, Lane comes in again, 0-2 under Josh. Whoops, that's not right. That's the coaches from the other day. My bad, folks. Anyway, we'll look at Lane. They will go with Justin Anderson, the 6'2 redshirt junior from Jackson, Mississippi, averaging 4.5 points a game. Ashanta Sanders, a 6' senior from Topeka, Kansas, averaging 11 points a game. Lucius Brown, a 6'6 senior from Tacoma, Washington, he averages 7.5 points a game. And Terrence Holt, a 6'4 senior from Nashville, Tennessee, averages 15 a game. Brandon Danso, 6'7 junior from Antioch, Tennessee, averages 10 points a game. For the Bucks, wait for it. Oh, wait a minute. Boom! For all of you watching at home, how about that, huh? We were getting just so unbelievably high tech. For the Bucks, under Mike Newnaver, assisted by Eddie Newnaver and Jordan Rogers. Dan Miller. Get the Bucks in for 6'1 redshirt junior from Cincinnati, Ohio. That averages 9.4 points a game. Joe Eddy, 6'3 junior from Kettering, Ohio. Joe averages 19 points a game. Luke Rudy, 6'5 sophomore from Oak Hills in Cincinnati. Luke averaging 8 points a game. Jacob Ryan, 6'6 sophomore from Hamden, Mississippi, via CBHS here in Memphis. Jake averaging 11 points a game. And Adam Deball, the do-everything senior on this year's Bucks team, 6'9 senior from Lakota East High School. 19.4 points a game, 59% free throw shooting. Got to improve on that. We talked about that in the post game. 6.7 rebounds, 26 assists to 11 turnovers, by far leading the Bucks. Oops. Okay, so I overlaid the starting lineups over the overlay. Hey, we're learning, folks. You can still see who's playing below the starting lineup, so... But I had to hit clear before I put that next graphic up. We will be so ready by the end of the season, it's going to be unbelievable. So now we will go to the game facts and overlay.
Oh, this is too good. You are.
Boom. The clock, the shot clock. The score,
unbelievable.
CSC logo, the
first those math skills impressed me. Now your tech skills, you are just incredible.
Believe me, you could tell that was about a 12-second learning curve that Eric showed me right before we went on the air. Lane in red blue uniforms, as you're watching on video, they'll go right to left. Lane College in red on the chest and white numbers front and back. Bucks in their home white, red stripes, Buccaneers in red. And they'll go left to right, and rebound brought down by the Bucks. They lost the handle, and then following it up in the lane is Lucius Brown, 6'6", 260. I don't know whether Lane has football. I think they do, but man, he is in the wrong sport right now.
He's got some size.
And man-to-man by Lane. We'll see if the Bucks can get a back door out of this. We've got a hold on Brandon Danso.
I'm sure you're talking about this, Ken, but this is the third of 4 home games in a row. Real test for us this month of December. And
then they hit the road for those 4 big ones before coming back home for one.
This is the game we should win. If we play our game, we will win, and let's make sure we do win.
There underneath the lines. Got a roll with a hook maybe, but off the glass good. And Bucks tied up 2-all. That's the first time they trailed this entire season, Dr. Smirelli.
Wow.
That 2-0 deficit we were facing there.
Did not realize that.
They led wire to wire in the first 3 games, including Lincoln Memorial, which that's really a thing. They probably got away with a shuffle of the feet there. And I think we've got a foul on the Bucks. Jake Lyons was blocked by the...
I mean, Lyons has been in foul trouble all year round. It seems like that. I just don't... He's got to be in there. We don't have that kind of depth at that 4 or 5 position.
We do not. Down right corner and back out on top to Holt. Holt goes inside again to Brown. Pump fakes, gets it over 3, wide open by the left-hander is good. But Justin Anderson. And when there's a three-pointer, it comes across three-pointer right between the score there for the school that did it.
Wow.
Hopefully we'll see a lot of red on there. We just saw blue. Ball tipped out of bounds. Aggressive man-to-man by Lane. Dragons are right up on the Bucks. So again, that can leave to an over-pursue and end up with a backdoor cut sometimes by the Bucks on this Princeton offense when they run it right and the defense falls for it. There's Luke Rudy, had one, gave it up, goes to D-ball. 10 on the shot clock, still plenty of time with the Bucks where they run their offense. D-ball in the lane, turns, went to go up, and Brown ripped in there and ripped the ball away. And then quickly the other way, and Lyons is going to pick up his second foul. That's one where he needed to let him go.
Exactly. There we go. That's a concern. Now he's going to be out of the game, and any second now. 2 fouls, less than 3 minutes into the game. He's gone.
The reigning GSC Freshman of the Year of the week last week is waiting on deck. Nick Dyson, 6'3" redshirt, or 6'3" freshman, true freshman. Free throw no good by Holt. Dyson averaging 10.4. Bucks averaging 4 players with double digits, 10.4 or more. Dyson at Miller at 9.4 and Luke Rudy at 8. So balanced scoring. Bucks have scored a lot of points this season in those first few games.
Exactly. And you watch Nick play. Nick Dyson play. He's incredible. Just a spark plug. Last game, he was a difference in that game as far as I was concerned.
There he was. There's that backdoor cut by Luke Rudy. Had to wait a little bit, but caught the ball and laid it up and in. Just like we mentioned, that possibility will be there. And we'll see if Lane makes some adjustments or not. They don't see a lot of Princeton in the SIAC, just like Memphis. That's one reason they like playing the CBU in the preseason. Is they have Princeton teams that they play throughout the year. They're able to use the Bucks game as, and there's another backdoor cut wide open in the timeout by the Lane coaching staff.
You're there.
And Brian Bazemore, sorry about that, folks. We had to wait and get the updated coach there. Sorry about that, Coach Bazemore. Anyway, he called the timeout after back-to-back backdoor layups, as I mentioned, on the Princeton offense. Rudy was pretty open. Joe Larrabee, there was nobody within 8 or 10 feet of Joe when he went in for his layup. So we've got the little graphic bar for the audio on there to know if we're blowing somebody out of the speakers or not. So it was really good. Lane with the ball. Anderson gives it to Sanders in the right corner. Hope has it. Goes in, shot off the glass, no good. And a miss by Danso, and D-ball with the rebound.
We traditionally play Lane twice a year, don't we?
We're playing up there on December 5th, as a matter of fact, so a couple of weeks. And underneath the D-ball, goes around the defender, lays it up, and one. So again, that over-pursuing outside on the defense with the guards, it leaves the Bucks wide open, either post-ups like D-ball in the Atlantic mirror, or the wide open backdoor layups. Daniel Hill, a 5'10" junior from Jackson, Tennessee, checks in for the Dragons.
Okay.
And
that's an area where if you can improve just by a few percentages, it's going to make a huge difference for the Bucks going down the season.
It really is.
Because you know he's going to be fouled a lot during the course of the season.
Exactly, yep. And he's not necessarily a 90% shooter, but he is better than a 56% shooter.
His release is so good.
Rudy has it, goes in, slapped away after a missed shot and another Bucks rebound. And I do apologize to the Lane fans that might be watching. Brand new graphics. There were no headshots on the website, or we would have been able to load them up and do those starting lineups also. So hopefully, again, that'll happen as we go. And boy, Brown, he could be a tight end right there. That's a charge. Yeah, that's definitely a charge. Basket didn't go in.
He watched 3 points
for it to go in. I didn't think it went in.
No, it did not. No.
I guess it did. I thought it rolled off the front.
Was it a goal time?
But and it was a foul.
I think it whatever. Okay. No basket. Okay. Right.
Yeah, I was going to say, no way that's all in.
You and I have great eyes.
Yeah.
We don't miss very much. Right, maybe we're wrong. There was no bucket.
Yeah, right off the front of the rim.
No. That shot didn't go in. The players to the bench. The ball landed right. The players to the benches.
Do you have replay on all this new high-tech information? It did not. It rolled off the front of the rim.
It did not go in.
That's why.
I mean, I generally know when they go in or not. Generally.
Yeah, there you go. They got it right.
Okay.
I mean, and I don't blame Brown for saying basket good. He went to the floor and didn't see whether it went in or not, and it rolled right off the front of the rim.
Right.
So by the time he would have composed and looked up, he probably thought it had just come out of the net.
Sure.
So anyway, but he hit the first free throw, 9-7, and he is at the line for second one, and it is also good. Tell you what, he's a pretty good-looking player. Like I say, very thick, 6'6", 260, and that's probably pretty accurate. Again, he has a football body, but he is quick and has some quick feet. Have a steal or two already standing there in the middle catching those cross-court passes. And
a little bit of a forced, he tried to force it into Joe Larrabee, and that's not going to work.
That's going 4 guards basically in D-ball here. 6'3" and 6-footers. So we'll see. Of course, Lane isn't real tall either at this point, so probably a pretty good matchup. 9-8. Hill has it. 3-pointer. Good. Second one from outside with Justin Anderson.
Got a nice release. Good job. We leave him open. He's going to make those.
Yep. He's 2 for 2. One in the right corner and one in the left wing. Harvey works off a screen from D-ball, goes to Miller underneath the D-ball. And underneath Rudy has it, gets back to Miller, 3-pointer, pump fake D-ball, got hit, no call. Larrabee with a 3, that one's going to get that. Assist from Adam D-ball. Larrabee on the board.
Larrabee's had a good year so far. It's only a few games in, but he seems to really play with himself.
With 5 points so far. And Brown, a nice spinning move, looking for a contact and a foul, and on there. Rifle had it, passed on the 3. And boy, that's a mismatch underneath. They missed. Really ball tipped. Anyway, D-ball was down underneath with a 5'10" guard, the only one on him. Larrabee, a quick 3, and over the back, Luke Rudy will knock it out of bounds. No foul. Media timeout. 14:42 left. 12-11. Bucks in a uncharacteristic trailing a couple of times so far in this game after never trailing, which I'm glad it got over real early, 2-0, because it's probably because I jinxed the team. I talked to Adam D-ball after the game the other night. He had no idea that they had gone 3 games never trailing in any of the 3 games. He goes, I did not know that. Of course, they lose 2-0 tonight.
Exactly, too much pressure.
That's right.
There's a lot of pressure put on Cat. We as announcers put pressure on him.
He probably called a team meeting after the interview and said, hey, everybody back in here now. We need to get down 2-0 just to get that pressure, that bullseye off our back.
I could not agree with you more. Couldn't agree more. But I worry about this team. I want to make sure they're taking every game very, very seriously. And Lane's a tough team to play against. They really are. I can remember last year that we played them twice, and they're both tough games. Just they don't like our offense. We don't like their offense, and it really is. It's a different sort of game.
And they've got a potential possible G League type NBA player that played last year both games against us, had two pretty good games. He's on the bench in sweats, and understand from the coach he has one semester of eligibility left. So they're going to save him for the second half, more conference games, potential tournament games, and all that. So that's smart to do and to know ahead of time, where you didn't end up, this would be his potentially second or third last game and be done for the year. You'd rather have him heading into their heavy conference schedule. I think they play 22 conference games or something. They've got a big league. They play everybody twice, so there's only a few games they can play non-conference, and the Bucks are two of those for the Dragons. Tremendous broadcast screen by Mike Needle over here in front of me. Have to get up early. Will has it, stops right elbow shot, up and good. 13-12. Nice ball movement by the Dragons, and Hill with the basket.
They're a solid team. For being 0-2, they're a solid team.
Rifle left side three. Back on a little strong. Won't go.
We're three.
Double team. Nice double team without fouling. Didn't get the ball, but that's all right. Underneath. And Miller letting Brown get away with a lot of contact.
Yeah, he certainly seems to be causing the contact, but they're calling on the Bucks. It's the second time that's happened.
Brown hit the layup this time, so it'll be an and one, and D-Ball picks up the foul. 5 fouls on the Bucks, 2 on the Dragons, and the Dragons play a lot more aggressive defense than the Bucks do normally. Free throw was good, 16-12. Largest deficit by far this season for the Bucks. And Larry puts a shot up, blocked by Hill. Quickly the other way, drives down the lane. Miller puts it up against Miller. Double pump and puts it in, and a timeout by Coach Mike Leaver. So both the usually or lose it timeouts are gone before 6.5 minutes, or right at 6.5 minutes in.
Exactly.
2 backdoor cuts. Lane called timeout, and 2 layups, one with a foul and one with a driving layup. Coach Leaver, of course, they've tried to draw charges on those, and they haven't been successful so far. So, he's probably, you need to come out a little farther, or see if there's some other option for slowing those.
Exactly. I think offensively they're putting a lot of pressure on the ball. As teams are going to do this year against this Buck team, and I think it happened last game. It's going to happen again. We've got to continue to run our offense in spite of the ball pressure they're putting on us, because I think they're putting a lot more ball pressure than we've been used to seeing. They're full court pressing right now, so man-to-man, making sure our guards taking a while to get across half court.
Yep. Miller 2 Larry, 18-12. Bucks down by 6. Goes to Miller, wide open through right side. You got to hit those, and he is. That's exactly normally does. 18-15. Zone by the Bucks. 2-3. 2-3 zone this time.
Highly unusual for us to play the zone.
Down the lane. Shot up. Bounced around, rolled around, and Terry Holt.
They're getting a lot of inside shots, too.
And there's a blocking foul on the other end. DeJuan Curry. 6'8" sophomore from Detroit.
These refs have been consistent. They seem to be calling. I'm seeing charges.
And he was under quite a ways too, so he may have been inside of that loop.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because they're wiping up where he fell was all inside of the. We need to talk to Brian Summers about getting in the budget for next year, paying some middle school kid to have the mop ready to mop the floor on these things.
We need that mop. I think that mop.
D-Ball steps out 3 and hits it. And just like that, boom, 20-18.
well, maybe we can get a donor to pay for the mop, and then we'll
find some volunteers.
Yeah, we're going to volunteer to do that. That's the way we do it.
Three-pointer other end, no good. That one was forced a little quicker than I think that Justin Anderson wanted to take it, but it's still almost rolled in. Really loose rim on the right side of the ball, so both of them are a little loose, but that one's really loose. Almost got the sack there.
He's got
ball held it, turns off the glass, gets it to go.
No question about it.
One y'all, and
I mean, what we saw, and we will see, continue to see, they'll start doubling D-balls, but at this point in time, one person can't guard, they have him down on.
And that's when he does, he'll kick it out for the threes.
Exactly.
Or draw him to one side, and they'll be a layup on the other side.
Up here.
Driving in, shot up and good. Boy, Justin Anderson.
He's a very good player. 8 points.
8 points. Well. Floating through the lane, the right side, or just outside the right side of the lane.
Get it going.
There he has it, and a foul. Checking back in will be checking in for the first time will be Andre Johnson, 6'4" junior from Sarasota, Florida. And back in the game will be Brandon Danso. So, second media timeout, 11:20 left, 22-20. The Dragons lead, the Ducks. Looking at shooting percentages, 8 for 14. Lane, 57.1%, and a lot of those are underneath.
Yeah, exactly.
Point-blank range. Bucks 8 for 12, 67%. Both teams are hitting. It's just a matter of Bucks have 3 turnovers. Lane has no turnovers. So it's been a pretty clean, other than the fouls, been a lot of fouls is why there's not more shots at this point. But other than the fouls, both teams have come out really well, and they're hitting a lot of shots early.
And losing lines early is always a difficult thing. When you got your starting lineup in there, and they're only playing 2.5 minutes together, and then you've got to take one of the members out. It certainly puts more pressure on your bench, and Nick Deifel's a real spark plug, but
he's not 6'6" and 220 or whatever.
That's certainly they're a pretty good sized team too. I mean, they've got some tall players, and so it puts more pressure on this group, but they'll respond to it. That's what the season's all about. And the coach has got to respond with different strategies, and that's the way that season goes. So I continue to stress this team has to run through Adam Debo. Inside, outside, he's got to just be the captain out there.
Miller against man-to-man defense will eventually go out on top to Rudy. Over to Deifel. Udall. Coming down to 10 on the shot clock. Goes to Rudy, three-pointer right side. Front iron won't go, and Brad pulls down the rebound. Larry back iron won't go. Wide open three. Great awareness by Miller. Just couldn't get Joe to drop the shot in there just a little long.
Yeah, Laura, he thought when he released it, he had that shot.
I did, yeah, he did too. I did too. That's a travel by Brown. Ashanti Sanders will check back in for Andre Hill. Andre Johnson didn't have a lot of minutes, but gave Sanders a breather. Larry goes to D-Bar. Larry, Miller, back on top, Larry. Works off a screen by D-Bar, back to Adam. Double team there in a 2-3 zone or a 1-2-2 zone at this point. And a three-pointer by Deifel way outside. That was not close on the line. That was about 3 or 4 feet behind. 23-22, and we continue to seesaw back and forth.
So with the lead back, always good, Ken, to do that.
And Sanders stops sweeping line, tipped away by Rudy. Gets it over to Miller, and then Miller, right when that was a smart play to draw the foul. Sanders put his arm out, and Brad started his dribble and went into his arm, and nothing flagrant or whatever, but just created a foul the way they're evened up now, 5 each.
Exactly.
And Bucks with the ball and the 1-point lead. 9:50 left. First half. Miller three-pointer top McKee. Front iron won't go. Man, Bucks are just a little bit off tonight. They've had some open looks.
Very good looks.
They've hit 4 of them, but boy, it seems like they should have hit 2 or 3 more. They're 4 for 10. 40% is a good percentage, but the shots they've had, they should be about 7 for 10 right now and have a pretty decent lead. Brown puts it back out on top to Anderson. Puts up a shot, left side extended right elbow. Really,
they continue to shoot well.
Nice shot.
They continue to shoot that ball well.
Anderson. And D-ball has
Let's score like it.
Spin left-handed up, gets the roll, gets the double team.
When he gets that ball in there like that, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, they gave the wrong score. Went 26-23 in coaching later. The student he is of the game, everything going on, he knew it. Said, score right? No, it's not, but they got it fixed before he said it. Miller goes to Deifer, lays it up and in. Beautiful pass. Miller got the steal.
I thought Nick Deifel's a catalyst. He really is a freshman, but he gets things moving.
Second assist for Miller. And man, nobody picked him up. Left elbow, Brandon Danso hits the jumper, 27-26. Could be first team to 50% shooting loses.
Yeah.
They're both up over 60 right now. Deifer a long three, didn't get it to go. Looked good going up, as most of them have tonight. None of them in force. They've been good looks. And Holt drives in, fixes up his dribble, goes to Danso, gives it back to Holt, three-pointer, back iron won't go. Ruby tips it and gets his own rebound, or gets the rebound.
Swing it, swing it.
D-ball.
Balance.
Boy, Miller's open. D-ball turns, spins, puts it up. They call no foul. Brown's big, but man, oh man, there's no way that's not a foul. And D-ball. And quickly the other way. We'll call Joe Larrabee. First foul. When Brad Miller and Anderson, good sportsmanship by both.
Yeah, you see that?
Miller helped Anderson up. They're both kind of smiling at each other over everybody diving, playing as hard as you can. And then, we've talked about that in the last couple of years. There's not any of that helping the other player up anymore. Very rarely do you see it. But I mean, that was awesome. The play was still going on, but those two were out there at midcourt. Instead of saying something, jawing at each other, they both kind of smiled about, man, that was fun. So
I was very proud of him as a student athlete right there. That was just a beautiful CBU kind of play. I really appreciate it because he's on top. He could have been some rumbling around in there. And
the refs kind of followed the ball on back to the basket. One of them may have been watching. They should have been watching because that is when stuff happens. But it was just a good hustle play by both teams. Several players on the floor scrambling for it. And Lane came up with it. And they'll now have the ball with a new shot clock. And Buck's coaching staff was kind of complaining about how do you call a foul down here when D-ball, he definitely got bumped by Brown's big chest on his shot attempt and it altered the shot. That should be a foul when the shot's altered due to contact like that. But at least that's my opinion. I am not a referee. Well, I try to be.
You just play it on the air. That's what you do.
There you go. That's right.
It's all good. All good. I wish you could have figured out, however, to get Mike D-Neighbor out of our way sometimes.
That broadcast screen, I mean, the Bucks set tremendous screens when they're running at Princeton.
Exactly,
It starts with the coach right here in front of us.
It's pretty amazing to us, you know what I mean?
Two shots.
You don't miss a play, though. You're pretty nimble yourself. You're pretty nimble.
I've got that up and down out of the chair thing going on.
You've got that going. It's impressive.
When they went to the new chairs for the scores table, the new chairs don't slide, and that's what I told Eric and Brian. I'm like, I've got to have an old chair. I'm sorry, but I've got to be able to slide real quick. They're comfortable, but they just don't slide. They have too good a rubber on the bottom of them there.
There you go.
Second free throw was good. He hit 1 out of 2. 27 all.
I'll leave it at 27.
And 7 minutes left in this first half of action. Seesaw battle. Left side, Bifel. Three-pointer good from Larrabee that time. Bucks 5 for 12.
We know Nick can drive to the hoop, but boy, he's trying to do some shooting tonight that I didn't think he had.
Two-pointer, no good. Rebound over. T-ball's back. Tipped out of bounds by Bryant Lillard, a 6'10 junior from Hammond, Louisiana.
You get a 6'10 person out there. We don't have anybody to compete with that kind of size.
Says 205. He looks thicker than 205 for 6'10. D-ball shows 6'9", 230. This dude is a lot thicker than Adam is. Seifel pulls down her missed 3 by Hill. 30-27. See if the Bucks can stretch out a little lead here in this last 6.5 minutes. Rudy three-pointer, back iron won't go. Hill will run the offense down the lane, stops. Three-pointer up and one good by Dante Mitchell, 6'10 redshirt junior from Tampa, Florida. And boom, we're back tied once again. Larrabee, his 2-3 zone's really packed in. Somebody's going to end up with a wide open 3 again if they want it. And there it is, Difel right corner, back iron won't go. They're just a little long, but they're really packing that zone in around D-ball. The Bucks are going to need to hit their outside shots. If they do, they're going to be able to stretch out a little lead here. But in the meantime, Andre Johnson did a jumper on the right side, about 12 feet out for the Dragons.
They've shot the ball very, very well today.
They were 12 of 21, 57%. Bucks 12 of 23, 52%. So, again, both of them have been over 50%. D-ball way outside 3.
Exactly.
That may draw all 5 players out of the lane, out on and out there, because they definitely are collapsing when he goes inside.
Well, he started inside. They collapsed. He took himself back out and
13 points. 13 points for Adam, 2 rebounds, 3 assists.
He's had a nice game so far. Very nice.
Yes, and with Lions foul trouble, he has not had a break yet. Usually they'll try to leave Ryan in there and give Adam a break heading into a media timeout, but not so far. And over the back. Good back door, or over the back foul by Bryant Lennon. He's out. He is a big dude.
Oh, he is. He's 6'10 and strong.
Not sure he has the conditioning ready yet. Seemed to be huffing a little bit after a couple of times up and down the court.
Well, now we have our second freshman in the lineup.
Old Reflex is in the game. Goes to Larrabee, three-pointer. In and out.
I think Larrabee believes every shot he shoots. He's taking it. We're taking it too, though. That's the problem.
I absolutely thought they were. Johnson drives in, puts up a floater over Difel, and back in the lead after a couple of 2-pointers, the last 2 possessions. The Dragons coming down to the 4-minute mark.
It's a seesaw game, though.
Well, you know, Bucks need one of these.
Yeah, sure.
Or some of these, hopefully, as long as they win. Seth Rusatch will come in with the travel. He took off before he dribbled. Yep, Aiden Rusatch, 5'8" freshman from Covington Catholic in Edgewood, Kentucky. Has to be up in the Cincinnati area.
Yeah, I would.
It's what he does.
Exactly. That's Mike Nienaber is best. But there's a lineup with 2 freshmen in there at one time. I mean, and that's a lot of pressure on freshmen. This isn't high school ball anymore. This is a very, very difficult D2 conference and D2 game. And so it's a great opportunity for them to learn. But you still got to look at the scoreboard. And you've got to win these games.
You'll have to do something defensively to slow him down a little bit.
I can recall Aiden. I saw him after the first game that I saw him here play at home, and I said, "You don't play like you're 5'8". He said, "Nope, I don't want to play like I'm 5'8. I want to play like I'm bigger." So it's he understands his size and what he needs to do to compete against folks at this level. I know we keep re-emphasizing this, but this next sort of month, 6-week period is going to be a big one for the Bucks, because you got final exams, you got the players retired, they've got their studies or final exams or papers to do, so they're trying to combine that with a very, very difficult schedule. So
and with the holiday here, Thanksgiving, of course, Thursday, but they've got a game here Monday night against Harding, who always is a tough matchup with us. So
yeah, they're
Rusatz almost was able to get a steal on Hill. He puts a shot up, and
we should have let him drive to the hoop just on a regular basis.
Well, a lot of that when they weren't calling charges early, the defense has to be careful, because that's where the refs aren't calling the charge tonight for whatever reason, and so the Bucks definitely have to be careful foul-wise. Nice drive in the lane, kick out three. Dive there into the lane, do the defense. Kick it out to Rudy, and Luke nailed the three this time. 5 points for Luke. Rebound shot no good. Hill, 5'8" player, pulls down the offensive board, gets it over to Mitchell, and it's
a 2-point game.
And a turnover by Larrabee. Nice job by Rusatz to block Hill's shot, but he was able to get it.
He's certainly quick. He's certainly got quick feet.
And Hill will hit from Jackson, Tennessee, home where the Lane Dragons are. He's now going to take Rusatz to the lane, picks it out, left elbow shot by Brandon Danso. And good job by Hill to go in the lane, draw the fence, and kick out an open elbow shot by Danso. 5 assists for Hill. 40-36, under 2 minutes. T-ball, 10 on the shot clock. Larrabee has it down the lane. Goes to put it up. And a foul.
Okay.
As Larrabee will go around to shoot two.
Be two-shotter. It's always tough too, Ken, coming off a big win, Lincoln Memorial the other day, a very, very good team. You know, they were ranked somewhere in the top 10, and then you beat them, and and then
you get ranked,
and then you get
to this point,
and then you get to this point where you're saying, okay, Lane 0-2 should be no problem, and I think we're just playing about a step or half a step too slow today. We're not.
Again, the shots, if they're 7 for 17 from 3-point range, and at least on those 10 misses, at least 7 of them were squared up. Threes wide open.
That's what normally we would make.
Yeah. Both free throws by Larrabee is good. Joe will take a break. This last minute, probably not a bad move. Keep him from getting a second foul here.
It's a great move.
Right before, and gets Miller back in the game.
Exactly.
Brad with 3 assists and 2 steals to go with 3 points so far. And another steal right on cue by Miller. Third steal for Brad. He'll go with 3 assists. Bucks really careless with the ball here the last game or so. Almost got an unforced turnover there. An offensive broadcast screen. Miller to Rusatz, 3-pointer up, partially blocked, but he's fouled by Brown. He's got to drive the Coach Bazemore nuts because Brown's been banging around down low, no fouls. He steps out and fouls a 3-point shot.
That's why we need coaches.
Aiden will Aiden will go to the line to shoot 3. Try to get the Bucks back tied or on top. Down 40-38. First one's good.
He's another very highly skilled player. Really like watching him also.
Second one good, ties it up. 9 for 10 on the year. Now, that's a lot of free throws for a freshman backup guard. But that's the way the Bucks offense, they get backdoor cuts, they get underneath opportunities, whether you're tall or short. It's all 3 of them, 41-40.
Back in the lead. That's good. What do we say we just not give up the lead the rest of this game?
There we go.
Just make it easy on us.
We've had it the whole year until tonight, starting out. In the right corner now goes to Brown. Brown, great job by Miller to shut down the 3 attempt. And D-ball comes up with the block. And a foul.
And that should be first in the limit, right? 1-1?
Oh, yep. Adam will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
Now, here's the point where Adam has got to make these two. He's too good of a shooter at this moment in time to not to make 2 here. Easy for me to say sitting here.
First one's good. He said he was
listens to his president. Maybe he does listen to the president of the university.
I didn't criticize when I questioned the free throw shooting. He said he will be wearing it out for Sunday and Monday before they played tonight. He hit them both.
And that's the kind of player he is. He's such a quality player, and he just wants all of his game to be just top
15 points first half by Adam.
I mean, he's sort of carrying us today.
2-pointer. Man, that guy can shoot for Justin Anderson. You give him just a little sliver of an opening, and he is putting it up, and he is putting it down. He has 12. He's 5 for 6, 2 or 3 from outside the arc. Dyfer, no shot clock. Bucks down to 13 in the first half. Having 1-point lead, so barring a turnover, they are going to finish with the lead. D-ball goes underneath the Rudy, got hit, got the shot blocked. He traveled. My gosh, he took 3 steps before he ever dribbled the ball. Man, oh man.
Yeah, that was
pretty obvious because everybody's watching him knowing he's coming down. But, all that said, Bucks do have the lead, 43-42, as we head into the halftime break. And we will take about a 10 or 11 minute break here, folks. We'll come back at the 3 or 4 minute mark. The clock is on your screen there, so you'll know.
okay.
We'll come back with about 3 minutes left. We'll go over halftime stats, get ready for second half action. Bucks on top, seesaw battle, 43-42 against the Dragons of Lane. Entertaining first half. We'll see what happens in the second when we get back in about 10 minutes, folks. Stand back.
Not behind, I'd love to see it stand.
I said that on the air. They said 55. And the post game, I didn't realize it right there. They both did it 2-0 right on the ball. They got you out of 2 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. You got some good guys. So I know he basically played the same 5 guys the whole time.
We really do this today. You can, like, you have to type it in. Yeah, he doesn't pick them up. I asked him if there's a way to do that. I mean, type it in now. They should be up there.
Welcome back, fans. Halftime here at Tenn Arena on the campus of Christian Brothers University. Look at that first half stats. Fine display by both teams. 17 of 29 are the Dragons, 58.6%. 3 of 7 outside the arc, 42.9, and at the line, 5 of 7, 71%. Excuse me, 8 assists on 17 baskets, man. I hadn't coughed almost all day, and here we go. 4 turnovers, 3 steals, 2 blocks in the first half. 12 points for Justin Anderson. 7 points for Lucius Brown. 6 points for Daniel Hill. 5 points by Dante Mitchell, Lou Johnson. 4 points for Brandon Danso, and 3 points for Terrence Hope. Justin Anderson had the 12 points. Ashante Sanders, and DeJuan Curry and D'Angelo Brown did not score along with Bryant Leonard. For the Bucks, only played, 7 people at first half, and they were 14 of 27, 51.9%, 7 of 17, 41.2%, and again, if they would have hit half of those wide open 10 threes that they missed, that's 15 more points, and it's quite the cushion right here. They'd have 60 points at halftime, Dr. Spinelli. They were a perfect 8 of 8 up the line. Whoops, let me turn your mic on there. So I was trying to lip read there for a minute. But Adam Deball, a great first half, 15 points, 3 boards, 3 assists, and 1 block. 8 points, a rebound, 2 assists for Nick Deifel. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for Joe Larrabee, I'm sorry. 5 points for Luke Rudy with 2 rebounds and an assist. 3 points for Brad Miller with a rebound, 3 assists, and 3 steals in that first half. Again, he led the NCAA B2 in turnover to assist ratio last year, and he's 3-0 today. So that trend that continues for him. Aiden resets at 3 free throws, so he had 3 points in the first half. And Jacob Lyons only played about 2 minutes and 2 seconds before picking up his second foul. There were too many twos in that scenario, and he scored 2 points in that 2-0-2 with 2 fouls. So we hope Jacob gets off of that foul trouble that he's in and can have a good net. You know, and I heard again, D-ball played all 20 minutes, I believe, that first half. Yes, he did. So did Luke Rudy. And let me turn that in a little bit.
There we go. That's better. Thank you. Thank you, Ken. I'm still learning the system here. I'm still learning the technology.
Well, you know, you get players that are larger than us, so they adjust it out, and I didn't think about it. That's with the ball. Started second half action up by a single digit. Larrabee gets it to Rudy. Back to Joe. Joe stops, right elbow extended, back iron, he'll go. He never misses that shot. D-ball with a 3 fake and then a pump fake pass, and it goes out of bounds.
I thought Joe Larrabee's been right on, but just right off. I mean, how close he's been in every one of his shots. They're just not dropping today.
2 for 7 and 1 for 4 from 3-point range. So
and they're good shots. Not forcing. It's everything's okay.
D-ball. Step back 3, fake that, goes to Miller, underneath the Lions. Lions working on Brown. Those are 2 big bodies there, and Lions missed the shot. Kind of slipped out of his hand on the way up, and then driving in is Hope. Pass it back for a 3, top of the key, no good. Larrabee won't grab that rebound on the missed 3 by Sanders.
It'd be nice to start this second half with a nice run, 10-point run, 10-2, something of that sort to get control of this game. Because
we need to outshoot. If we can outshoot them, we should be successful. Because again, both teams were lighting it up that first half, and a foul holding D-ball. It'll be the 3rd on Danso.
I mean, the Bucks got to realize that now that they're in the top 25 in the country, teams are going to be going after them because this will be their season for many of these teams, and so they're going to play a little bit harder than they would normally play, probably.
That's very true. Larrabee off a screen from D-ball goes to Lions. Back to Larrabee. 10 on the shot clock. Miller, and then to D-ball. D-ball, 2 3s on, they're packing it in, goes to Lions, lays up a reverse layup up and in, and 1 on a foul by Holt.
Exceptional look by Adam, and saw Lions made a great move, went underneath the basket and put it in, and used the rim sort of as they said they couldn't block that shot. Beautiful play.
Fourth assist to go with 4 rebounds and 15 points for the TSC first team preseason player, and that's second team last year all-region, I believe.
I believe so. That's what Lions gives this team. He's got size, and it's a nice push for Adam to go past her. Step. Ball screen! Where you at, Adam?
And shot real good, and then Rudy actually took that ball on the miss to Jacob Lyons. Rudy, underneath the D-ball, they backed under him, but did not make the call, and D-ball has it, turns, reverse, puts it up again. He was off balance and everything, and still, when you're 6'8" and have long arms like that, it's probably easier to do than you or I trying to do that.
Yeah, I think we're not.
48-42-17 for D-ball now. Anderson goes that right elbow, drives farther than the baseline. three-pointer up and air ball. Nobody caught just barely rim on a miss by Holt in the corner. 48-42. See if the Bucks can score another three here and see if Coach Bazemore has to use another timeout. And no turnover as D-ball a little loose with the ball, and Brown gets it underneath to Holt. On top, three-pointer, no good. Way outside, gets his own rebound as Sanders. Driving down, lost the handle, and Lyons picks up the miss. And trying to go under there. Stolen away by Holt.
Two turnovers again.
And D-ball somehow did not come up with a foul on that, which I thought they'd get him for a foul.
Exactly.
They stole the ball back and scored. Big Terrence Holt, or actually Holt missed the layup. Curry ended up with the basket. So what could have been a 6-point lead or 8-point lead is now down to 4. And I was going to say they were holding, I saw them holding Merrily before.
Quite a long time.
Yeah.
Quite a long time.
Third personal foul, third team foul.
13 foul. Curry will check out. And we'll get Bryant Leonard will check back in. Technical on Joe Larrabee. It's a second foul, and then the technical will be
Second personal foul, Larrabee. Technical foul on Joe Larrabee. Third personal foul, second team foul.
We'll see he's pulling his jersey out. Joe probably was reacting to being held, and the ref just saw the falling arm or whatever.
How many times have we seen this in the game? Well, it's not the first violation, but the second one. And Joe caught Joe trying to get away from it.
Both free throws good by Holt.
What is he supposed to do when a guy's holding?
So you go from 1 to 3 fouls for Joe Larrabee.
And after the foul and the technical free throws, Wayne with the ball, air ball, D-ball throws it down, and a foul. As they're reaching and whipping and everything, Terry Holt will pick up the foul. D-ball rubbing one of his eyes and his nose.
This team certainly is, again, put a lot of pressure on the ball from all 90 feet of the court. Just,
yep. Lines Miller. D-ball way outside, Rudy. Miller. D-ball. Back to Miller. Puts up a three. Back. Go. And Wayne with a 4-0 run here. Making a still 4-0 run, luckily. One to give it 2 lines. Lyons puts it over to Rudy, and the ball tipped away and stolen again.
Some more turnovers.
And D-ball reaches in and fouls Sanders before he was going to go up. D-ball's second foul, and we'll have a media timeout.
second half had promised where it started, but then it's gone back down with this the pressing defense on the part of Lane. They just have been on the ball, grabbing, and we don't seem to be able to attack it as well as we were earlier in this half.
Problem is, Bucks are 2 for 5, which is decent shooting.
But how many turnovers? Yeah.
The second half, but Lane is 1 for 8.
Wow.
And we should have stretched our lead, but the turnovers are definitely a problem here. Bucks had 5 at the half, they had 4 the first 4 minutes and 26 seconds in the second half. Yeah. And that's the additional shot chances that the Bucks have not had. So luckily, Lane started 1 for 8 is still in it because of their defense, and the Bucks turned the ball over. 12.5% is 1 for 8. That's so. You hopefully would have a bigger. Yeah, we think we got a bigger lead. Hopefully we would have been able to get more than 1 point. You're up by 1.5. You're up by 2 now. So
we got to go back. 4 turnovers. It could be potentially 8 points or 12 points. Really, when you think about it. If I'm doing my math right, I can.
Absolutely. You're exactly right.
And so it's a lot of points that you're going the other way.
It'll be Lane's basketball after the foul by D-Ball. Team fouls 3 each. Thomas left 3 each. A lot of threes on the bottom of that scoreboard up there.
What else are you doing? Get under it.
3-pointer, back out won't go, and the ball tipped by Lowens, and then out for kick out 2-pointer by Anderson.
We're back tied.
Bucks scoreless for the last 3:01. Lines on top to Rudy. Rudy got the D-ball 3-pointer. In and out. Man, oh man, oh man. And Adam might have got away with a foul there, reaching in and knocked that ball away, but we'll take it. Lowry has it. Goes to D-ball. Lays it up. Doesn't get the shot, but he's fouled by Brown, and that'll be the second foul on Lucius Brown.
Brown's got some quickness you wouldn't think. I mean, he's just really surprising quickness.
Really. He's got some fast feet. Free throw by T-Bar.
We're on one miss, but not much more than that. Whoops, 2 of us.
Rudy pulls down the offensive board. And then it's tipped away and almost stolen. D-ball has it. Goes to Larry. And holding D-ball is Daniel Hill.
Personal foul, 13 fouls.
So that's 15 fouls. That's some of what they're holding is our fouls.
Miller goes to D-ball, and then Leonard will pick up the foul. That'll be his second and the 6th or 7th team foul. 1-1. Adam just missed 2.
So we're 1-1 with 14 minutes to go. I'm putting up pajamas this game. Looks like
no kidding. Dolphin will check in. Free throw good by Adam. Daniel Hill cut under Adam after the free throw. They had some words. Second free throw no good.
Give him a step.
Holt.
They get a D-ball.
Jake.
Well, one out of the last 4 free throws. It's not
Cannot do that.
Yeah, do that.
5-second violation.
5-second violation for not dribbling with pressure on the ball.
Huh.
Don't see it very often.
No, not this.
Could see it more often.
Once he dribbles, there's no count.
goes there. Kicks it over the lines. D-ball. Pump fakes three. Goes in and makes
reaching in. They continue to reach in.
And then they're complaining about the calls. That's where, again, you don't have the foot quickness.
Right.
Adam faked one way and then was going to be right by him, so he just reached his arm out and grabbed him. Foul.
And here's where Adam's got to make his free throws. I mean, if they're going to give him free throws all night long, you better make those free throws.
First one is good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's eight. I'm going to say it's 18 fouls. There we go. I checked our stat monitor because I knew it was 7 before that one, so. But now the refs have seen that it's 8-3, so there's going to be 2-3 quick fouls on that.
Here comes the equalizer. Exactly.
Both free throws good by Adam. Finally, 51-48. That's about 3. They're going to have a lot of foul opportunities here this second half.
Back in!
There's one of them, Miller with a little bump. He said good call. That's what Coach Newman just said, good foul, because you got to get a little more even.
Yeah.
Underneath, really nice. Chris shot. Danso over on a D-ball.
This Lane team is not going away. They are not.
Even with all the missed shots, we're going to have a lot of points by both teams here tonight. And they block. The shot is good by Geifel on the drive.
That's classic Nick right there. Classic Nick. North-south player.
Third foul by Hill.
He's got 10 points.
They need to keep an eye on Hill. He's doing a lot of yapping out there with players and everything. What we didn't get to do the first half is D-ball will get a break. Coming down to the next media in another minute or two, depending on how the whistles go.
That's great. That's
what Coach Newman likes to do.
I think having Lions not pick up another foul has allowed Coach Newman to do that.
Another missed free throw. Man, oh man, come on, Bucks. Gotta hit these things.
Head, Jake! Good, Jake. Good, Jake. Close down. Short! Move your feet.
Underneath.
Stay in, stay in.
He kicks it out. He gets it back out. Goes down to Brown. Across the lane, shot up, no good. He pulls it down.
I think he poked him in the eye or the face or somewhere there.
Gonna call Lions on a foul.
Wait.
That's his third. Trying to get it back even, 9-5.
It looked like they had poked Laramie in the face, but I guess they were looking at something else.
I guess he's bleeding.
Yeah, he's bleeding. There's a...
Returning for the Bucks, number 5,
Minutes left, 52-50 Bucks. After a long stop there, Anderson gets underneath and a foul on Miller.
It'll be 9-9. We can move on.
I don't know, Ken. You're pretty brilliant. You're just pretty brilliant.
I would absolutely put the last 3 guys on the bench in and foul, and then go back to playing ball, because they will absolutely... You see it too often. It was 9-3. It's 9-6. Here comes 7.
And they little touch fouls. There's nothing.
Yep. And there's a foul on Luke Rudy. 9-7.
So now we're both in the bonus now. Both teams in the bonus.
Now will they let him play basketball? My gosh. Can't blow the horn after. They already had the ball. One and one. No good. And Geifel whips the ball on and beats the double team, slapping at it underneath.
Swing it! Swing it!
Resets. Travel with the ball. Hayden's done that a couple of times here. We're going to have to work on that and practice with him. Lions will check out with 3 fouls. And again, that's getting a little bit before them maybe in.
Yeah, sure.
But you knew it was coming. You just wished it wouldn't have been a third on Jake. Offside. Anderson drives in, stops, pops, no good. And follow shot by Hill.
Well,
Hill has 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Miller on the right side goes to Geifel, reset, Rudy. Reverse it to Miller, wide open 3. In and out.
Make sure you're staying out further. You've been coming.
My God. Oh my gosh. I mean, they were within 20 feet of him and he still wasn't able to hit it.
We just traveled.
Resets will be called for foul.
this is unbelievable.
All the contact, all the physicalness, and
Now they just took it all away. And
18th foul, ladies and gentlemen, Sky on the floor.
okay, I guess
after this buckled on.
I guess the good news, we're in the lead. We have a 1-point lead with 11 minutes to go.
Fouls are even, so they can start calling the game again. Shirley is giving out T-shirts.
I'm liking that.
All the noise was all of a sudden. So
Trying to get the crowd fired up a little bit here, which is good. Those T-shirts are dangerous. They're throwing them out there, and they're hitting people in the head and everything else. So it's a.
yeah, luckily they're T-shirts.
Yeah, exactly. Got you there. Got you there. Well, 11 minutes and 40 seconds. This is one of those games where we're real lethargic. We're not playing great. The refs are sort of taking control of the game. I think you hate the stereotype, but you got some 3 young refs out there who I think are sort of learning their craft, to say, for lack of a better term. And
yeah,
sometimes they're taking too much control of this game and not letting the players play. There's no rhythm. It's really one of those games.
I don't recognize any of them as being like a veteran official.
Exactly, yeah.
And obviously these guys have made it to the GSC, but
sure,
you don't know how much experience. And like I say, every game you need really one veteran that can kind of control things and talk. But I mean, if my cousin Al is still listening in, which I doubt he is, he can't stand me talking about the refs eating up the fouls, but we saw it coming again tonight.
You predicted that right on. I mean, you were so predictable.
9-3. I mean, you see it over and over and over. The worst thing on the scoreboard is the team foul.
Yeah, sure.
And the one ref even told him those team fouls aren't right.
Yeah.
It should be 8.
Uh-huh.
He knew it was supposed to be 8 instead of 8-3 instead of 7-3. They absolutely watch it. And again, it's styles of defense, just like the other day, Lincoln Memorial. They pressed the whole game, 94 feet.
Okay.
They ran more fouls than CBU played his own. But it doesn't work out that way.
And the same here. I mean, this Lane team has been pressing the ball the whole game, and it's their style of play.
Both free throws good. Lane back with the lead. D-ball fakes left, goes right, underneath. Rudy, shot up, can't get it to go. That's Alright. I don't know how did he get from one end to the other without trying?
I don't know. There's several troubles. I think they won series and one.
Rebounds are becoming the problem for the Bucks. They're out rebounding out 24-19. It was 13-10 at halftime. Geifel goes down to D-ball. Ball turns, spins off the glass, up and in.
And they'll score every time. Yeah. Every time.
Adam now with 22, 5 assists, or 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 3-pointer up, no good. Larrabee has it. And they're telling him go again. They want to get there. Get Adam down low.
Put him down low and just see what they do.
Really? Boy, it was wide open to Adam a minute ago. Dyfel has it, 3-pointer. Won't go. Ball tipped out of bounds by D-Ball. Coach Greenover's telling Nick you can't step back and then shoot the three. It just throws your balance off a little bit. It's like take the two or dribble back.
Okay, as a freshman, that's those kinds of things. As a freshman, they got wrong.
Will gives it out to Holt. Goes to Hill. 3-pointer left corner. Good. By Anderson.
He's got 17. He's
55. Nick passed on the three that time. Got a little more clock. Goes to Tenn on the shot. Goes to D-Ball. D-Ball. Double team. A lot of contact. No call. D-Ball puts a shot up. And Miller has the rebound. And he'll get a foul on Brown. That'll be his third. He can't believe any of the 3 fouls that were called on him.
He never fouls, right? I don't foul rep.
It's like he came into me. You know, he was up above you and came down and you grabbed him.
Oh boy.
Miller even misses a free throw tonight. Man, oh man.
This Lane team plays a lot of players too. I think they got fresh legs. I think they're able to do the kind of what they're trying to do.
Both D-Ball with the offensive rebound alone. And Dyfel will look like a running back. Both arms around the ball after he picked his dribble up, expecting contact. He got it.
He's like a fullback. He's like a fullback.
He really is like a goal line plow.
He's a north-south player. There's not a lot of finesse.
He hits the free throw.
There's a lot of skill, but not a lot of finesse. I gotta say that. That's not but that was a beauty right there. You got to capture that one.
Second free throw.
Make sure he didn't fumble.
Yeah, that's right. He was not going to go down.
I'm going to the line.
He was going down to the goal line of the goal without fumbling. 3-pointer right side. One off the line. A long rebound out. And a great cut to the basket.
That's a good play.
By Holt to get Sanders. I'm sorry, Johnson. Holt with the assist. Dyfel passed on the three. Boy, that was a lot of guys.
I know, he's
there. D-Ball drives down, picks up the dribble, goes to Rudy. Rudy's fouled.
That's a beautiful play, huh?
Anderson. About the longest game we've had, well, by far this year, but
yeah, we're going to be a while. We're going to be a while. I think we need to ask the bosses for some additional pay for this one. Pay.
And then you get to leave. I have to interview this guy. Oh, yeah, that's a 30 to 40 minute potential after the game.
You got that. That's your game like this, my friend.
That's right. Both free throws by Rudy good. Well, the freshmen and the sophomores are stepping up at least and getting their free throws. Juniors and seniors are hurting tonight.
Man, we're a tie game here. That's
59 all.
Good.
Anderson picks it up. Front fake three. Step in two. Good. By Holt.
One possession game.
Both teams bad shooting the second half.
Yeah.
Really passed on 3. Cross to he's going to go. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. And he is.
Okay. Okay, Nick went back to the basket again one more time, and he got fouled one more time.
You can tell these guys are relatively new, it appears, because he made the coach go back in the box to discuss with him. Usually at timeouts, they'll let the coach meet out in half court or something. No, get back in the box, and then I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
So it's on both sides, folks. So, but, I mean, and the foul situation is, I mean, Lane is over pursuing. They're double teaming every time there's a pass inside. They're slapping at the ball. They're slapping at rebounds. And like you said, they play a lot of players. They're going to have a lot more fouls than the Bucks do. I mean, it's just the way the game's played. Bashel at the line to try to tie it up. Nick with 12. First one good. Second one. Whoops. That line won't go. Well, he was due. He hit all of them up to that point.
Get a stop.
Actually, he's 3 for 5 now. Moving screen.
Okay, very good.
Lillard's 4th foul. Danso checks back in. Danso.
Returning for the Dragons, number 40, Brandon Danso.
Doing it.
Lane team, they're playing tough. They're physical.
Danso with 3 fouls. So they'll lose both their bigs here in a little bit. Down by point, the Bucks, D-ball. Looking around. Goes to Lions. Back to D-ball. See if we can get Jake Orr. There's Jake posted up. Turn spins. It's a soft roll off the glass and then hit the rim and bounce, and drop over the right side.
They're really lucky on the south rim of that one. That's good.
You know, both their bigs are in trouble.
Sure.
One has 4, he has 3. Danso does. So they almost want to take it down there. The guards are coming in trying to slap and help, but and underneath, nice move. Shot up and in by Holt. Assist by Brown. Full court pressure. I was going to say, D-ball threw it in the lines. It's like get the guard,
Exactly.
the ball to the guard. Larry goes to Bifel. Three-pointer by Larry. Finally hits it.
Yeah, maybe he's just too close.
This is the wrong score again, so they got it back to the Bucks, 65-63.
Yeah, maybe just he's shooting too close. Maybe just a little bit farther up.
We've seen it where he will go and hit 3 or 4 in a row in a stretch like that. We'll hope that he gets in that. Hope that he gets in that groove right now, and the Bucks can stretch this out a little bit. Long 3 counter, no good. Ball tipped, brought down. That's just a long rebound on a missed
There are a number of those tonight. Just a long, off the 3 points, long rebounds.
Ball screen coming right.
Holt
Ball screen.
goes to Brown.
Down screen. Down screen.
Brown back to Holt. Up and in. Anderson hits a 3. 66-65. The Dragons. D-ball goes to Levy. Somehow he caught it and did not able to keep it. And he got out of bounds, and he's upset himself for losing that.
Exactly. That's one of the patented plays when, when Adam goes to Joe, it's cutting, it's usually an automatic basket.
I think he might have thought he might have got either held or pushed as he caught that ball, too. I think he's more upset at no call and turnover.
I think with this referee crew, I don't think we could expect them to help.
Elbow and do the foul. Holt's fourth foul, and he's complaining about the foul. Those out there on the island, but everybody's watching, and he threw the elbow to try to clear out.
Exactly. He cleared out.
So, here we go again. Bucks down by a point. Rifle goes underneath the D-ball, turns, spins, left hand up, can't get it to go. Lions almost picked up the rebound, almost picked up a foul, but they didn't. Will drives, spins in the lane, gives it out to Brown, three-pointer, no good. D-fall. Rifle, no, D-ball and rifle.
D-ball and rifle.
Oh, you are not to do that.
It's tough.
Rifle drives in, he'll stop, pull it back out. Gets it to Levy. Levy says everybody go down. D-ball goes to Lyons, passed on the three. Goes to Levy. Levy back to Lyons, working on Brown, goes to Levy down the lane, can't get it called, and gets the shot to go. And it'll be Bucks ball. That was a nice hanging there by Levy, but he could not get it to drop.
That ball will not drop.
Defenders came out on him.
A lot of good hustling now.
Levy will inbound at 29 on the shot clock, so it'll be set on the miss by Levy, and then the ball went out off the lane. D-ball steps back.
What a beautiful shot.
Left corner.
What a beautiful shot.
Looked around, they didn't get right out on him, so he put it up. 68-66 here, working on Levy, stops, double pump, somehow gets it to go up and in. What a shot right here.
He is quick.
Hill now with 12. Rifle goes to Levy, three-pointer, top of the key, no good, but he will pick up a foul. It'll be the fourth foul on Danso, and Joe Levy will be going to the line to shoot three.
I think Joe's decided to be as far back as he can. Leave it up there. He's not.
He ought to stand at the top of the free throw circle, not on the line.
Well, this is one of those games, again, one of those games you need to pull out if you're a good team, and it really is, it's a tough game. We're flat. We really have not shown a lot of really positive energy this whole game very much. I mean, a couple of little stretches, but not very much, and so you've got to just really out-hustle, out-grit, out-grind them at this point in time, because we are a better team, we know that, but they're playing hard, because for them this is their season to beat a team like our team. So we'll see. We've got 3 minutes and 41 seconds. We're a tie score, so it's just got to outscore them for the next 3.5 minutes and 41 seconds.
Bucks have done a good job. They're only at 11 turnovers.
Yeah,
remember early on, I think they were at 9 already.
Yeah, exactly.
So they slowed down.
They were stretched there row, too.
They had 5 at halftime. It seemed like they had 9 in the first 3 minutes.
Exactly.
Only 2 turnovers, and neither team, both teams struggling. Bucks second half 41.2, and the Dragons 40%. So both teams struggling.
It was really right over 50 that first half.
Bucks the second half 9 of 16 at the free throw line.
Yeah, that's a stop.
That is not going to give it. That is not going to give it in a close game.
Here's where Larrabee needs to make both. Just all 3, or not just all 3.
He's had his miss already for the night. Actually, no, he did not miss yet tonight. Not bad. And he still hadn't hit that first one. 69-68.
There's two.
And good. And again, besides the 2 free throws, that was a 4th on Dancer, so both their bigs have 4 fouls. It is good.
Hey, pack in! Good, pack it in.
Hill, guarded by Levy, goes around Joe, puts up the shot, and gets it to go.
Oh, he's quick. He's quick.
And their coach is actually complaining that there wasn't a foul called. I mean, he was kind of out of control once he let the ball go.
I'm not sure what he hit it.
He created contact.
Did you hear it on the backboard? Or I couldn't think.
I heard it thump on the floor. So probably on the floor.
Came down, okay.
Yeah. So they took Hill out.
Hey, secondary.
He's actually saying if we breathe on him down there, it's a foul. No, I mean, the way your team plays, Coach. I mean, I'm not criticizing, nothing negative. They play hard, they play full court. Brown just grabbed Lyons when Lyons broke to the basket. He grabbed his jersey. I mean, that's just the way it is, and that's the way it should be called. Barbara is underneath the Levy in the corner of the Balfour. He'll drive in. Double pump, gets it to Rudy. 3-pointer. Bam! That's it. Luke Rudy. That is huge. From Balfour. Driving the baseline.
You go from a 1-point lead to a 4-point lead. It's a huge momentum builder.
We need to get a stop here. We're under 3 minutes. 74-70 Bucks. Drives in, double pump shot. And good off the glass. Anderson in traffic just rose above everybody and put it off the glass. Lyons to Rudy. Rudolph goes to Buffer. Levy stops, back to drive for 3-pointer. One iron, one go for the freshman. Real good. Good Vegas. Did not get it over the front of the rim. The middle short. Bucks were really flying around, but man, the Dragons were right there every pass. I mean, they were really a very good defensive, very aggressive defensive team. And again, when you play that deep, you're going to have fouls, but you can do that. Driving lane stop around Dyfel, and Holt will get called, Holt will take the shot and get the 2 shots. So both teams will shoot 2 the rest of the way. That's a 19th foul, and so Holt on the shot, fouled by Dyfel. It's the second on Nick. Free throw good, 74-73. Daniel Hill checks back in. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a tough game up there.
Yes.
On December 5th. You've got that tough enough game here. Second and good. It's tied, 74 all. 32nd, it goes long.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we're tie score here. Now we got 2 minutes to go, so we're
veteran team here.
Yeah.
Bucks, and I don't know about the Dragons. By the way, Adam Duval did earlier in the game. Let me find that stat. He moved into 17th place on the points tonight. Went past Zach Warner for 17th. So congratulations to Adam. The record should keep falling as his senior season continues on here. 74 all, 153 left.
We're not in any foul trouble. I mean, that's a piece of good news. We don't think we're going to lose anybody here. I mean, Lyons has done what he needed to do to stay in this game. They've got two players with 4 fouls, so they've got some situation going on here. But I think it's a tough game. It's going to be a tough game going to the end of this game. It's just going to be that way.
Adam with 25 points, 13 for Difelt and Larrabee. And again, Joe struggled tonight shooting the ball compared to what he normally is able to do. Sure. 10 points for Rudy, 7 for Lions with limited play in the first half, only 2 minutes. So again, that's 4 double-digit scores. That's what they're averaging, 4 guys in double digits. Larrabee has it, guarded by Hill. Shot clock didn't start. Well, that's what it was at. Why didn't they even stop it?
Yeah, no, I think there was.
1:51 on the game clock.
Nick, get involved up here. They double up. First of all, Adam, take it out. Adam,
1:51 and 28. I mean, they shouldn't have blown the whistle if that's...
Yeah, the way where we were, right?
Yeah.
Just a stoppage. Just to, they wanted to prolong the game a little bit, I guess, something. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Looking to try. Ooh, Larry made a good time with a crossover.
Exactly.
15 on the shot clock, and they hold as Ruby is trying to go through, and again, can't understand how the call is made.
Oh, boy.
These guys aren't used to playing against an offense like this. There's so many cuts and screens.
Exactly.
And, you know, so they just don't see it, so they're not sure. And so 75-74, Ruby hits the first one. Second one good.
Okay, we got you. We got your free throws off.
Well, stops, pops a 3, and it's good. 77-76, 120 left. Rudy, and then a foul. And Danso fouls out.
Foul, 40% Danso, personal foul.
Out of 2, they need to put a player in the game.
Exactly.
Well, they have 30. He's got 20. Relax. He's got 30.
Ref told his partner, he's got 27, just relax.
Yeah.
D-ball hits the first one.
That's good.
Ties it up.
The refs could call technical on the other ref. You know?
Yeah.
Second free throw good by him. Adam's got to make those 2. Okay, we're up by 1. Up by 1 with a minute.
Now that clock did not start again.
Oh, okay. He's right there. It's one of those nights, you know, we're just... There we go.
And you got a regular shot clock Dudley Crowder down there, so I'm thinking it is a problem with the connection. Hill drives in, puts it up.
That was a little late call, too, I'd say. You know, he waited for the ball to not go in, and...
Good by Hill, ties it up. 78 all. 19.6 assists for her, 3 rebounds. Second in also good. 79-78, coming down to a minute.
Well, that's really just playing tough defense, tough offense.
Alpha goes underneath to Duval off the glass. Can't go to go. Gets his own rebound, but he's fouled by Brown.
Out again.
Dragons foul 15, Lucas Brown.
Here's where Adams got to make both free throws now. Put us back in the lead.
This is the first one. It's the second one. We're tied.
Okay, 1 minute to go. We're tied now. Another minute we have been tied.
Gets it over driving baseline and loses the handle. There he has it. It's tipped away. Hill gets it back. Hill will go the line. He was trapped on the baseline and Jacob Lyons fouled him. The 4th foul on Jake. Hill shooting 2.
13 is not happy with that play. He had him so locked in the baseline.
First free throw good. Second is good. Timeout. 30-second timeout by Lane. 81-79.
Ken, still plenty of time, but down 2. It's just the way we're playing. We're just not playing with any kind of rhythm.
Missed 8 free throws, or 7 free throws. Seems like a lot more than that. We're 3 for 8. I'm sorry.
Sure.
We were 17 for 25 the second half. So we've missed 8 free throws the second half. They're 10 for 11.
Yeah.
And that's how you can win close ball games, is hit your free throws. We're 8 for 20 overall the second half. Again, only 20 shots, but we shot 25 free throws. So
exactly.
They've shot 28 shots and 11 free throws. So
Hill's automatic. I mean, he's automatic. He's been automatic. Has he missed the free throw the second half? I can't.
And they're going to put full pressure.
Full pressure, of course. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they?
There he has it. Going by Hill. Goes to Larrabee against Hill. Puts it up. They're going to call a charge on Joe Larrabee.
Okay.
25.1. Brad Miller will check in. Lyons will check out. Foul. Brown. Adam Duval will pick up the foul. Brown will go to the line to shoot 2. He's 3 for 3. They're up by 2. 81-79, 17.8 left. Brown with only 7. He started off real strong underneath. And first free throw is good. 82-79.
So we've got 3 timeouts left, but only 18 seconds to go.
Second free throw as the Dragons have nobody on the line. It's good. 83-79.
2 possessions, no matter what you say, 2 possessions.
Larry has it.
2 very good possessions.
Puts the three up, does not hit it. Miller gets it, can't get it to go. Larry free, that one's no good, and Lane is going to get out of here with the win. 83-79, and the Bucks, a short-lived top 25 ranking, they lose here at home to the Dragons of Lane, 83-79.
I tell you, Lane played their game, and we never played our game. It was just very small stretches we played our game. This is a tough one for us. This is a tough one. They played well.
So it is, and it'll be interesting, just like we saw the Lemoyne Owen women. Sure. They had one of the better looking teams we've seen. It'll be interesting to see how Lane goes in the SIAC, because and then their best player isn't on the team at this point. He's not eligible until next semester, so
exactly.
We will see what happens there.
This is a game where you learn from it. I think it's a game where I don't think we came prepared in a way we should have been prepared for the game in terms of our players. I think it was they already had found the win already. I think they already had a win in their minds, and unfortunately they did not play. They let Lane control everything, tempo, everything, and the referees didn't help the game, but you can't blame referees on the number of points that go through the number of baskets you make. And just can't, I mean, it was not a great refereeing game, but that ultimately doesn't cost you the game. It's how you play the game, and I think I'm a firm believer in that, Ken.
And again, Lane hit the free throws. Sure. They were 17 or 20 for the game. They missed 3. Sure. The Bucks were 25 or 33, missed 8 in the second half. Some of those were 1-and-1s, not a lot of them. But we'll take a look at final stats, and then we will wait for Coach Newmaber. I'm sure he disappointed Coach Mike Newmaber.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough interview for you, Ken.
Lane ended up 30 of 57. That's 52.6% for the game. 6 of 19 from three-point range, 31.6. 17 of 20, 85% from the line. They had 12 assists on their 30 baskets, 9 turnovers, 6 steals, 3 blocks. 22 points, 2 rebounds for LaJustin Anderson. 21 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists for Daniel Hill. 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for Terrence Holt. 9 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist for Lucius Brown. 7 points, 3 rebounds for Lee Johnson. 6 points, 3 rebounds for Brandon Danso. 5 points for Dante Mitchell. 2 points for Dwayne Curry. Also playing, not scoring, Sanders, Leonard, and Bryant. For the Bucks, 22 of 50, 44%. That's easy to figure out. 10 of 27, 37%. That's still not a bad shooting.
No, it's not. It's not a bad shooting.
But again, tonight easily could have been 50% shooting, as they just could not knock down the open threes, and this team has to have those in conjunction with other things, because defensively they just struggle sometimes against quicker teams, and this is definitely a quick team. 25 of 33, again, 76%, but with that many opportunities, you have to hit a few more in a close game like that. That is 75.8 at the line, 25 of 33. 17 assists on 22 baskets, 12 turnovers, 5 steals, 2 blocks. 28 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks for Adam Duval. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal for Joe Larrabee. 13 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, no turnovers for Nick Deifel. 7 points, 2 rebounds for Jacob Lyons. Again, trouble with fouls in that first half. 3 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover for Brad Miller. And 3 points, no rebounds, no assists for Adam Rusatz in 6 minutes of play. Turnovers, Lane, or points from turnovers, Lane 19, the Bucks 10. Points in the paint, 28-22 Lane. 7 chance points, 15-7 Lane. Fast break points, 16-2 Lane. Bench points, 35-16 Lane. They had 9 offensive, 22 defensive rebounds. Bucks had 10 offensive, 17 defensive. So rebounds ended up close. But biggest lead, Lane led by 6 in the first half with 13-30. The Bucks led by 6 with 18:21 left in the second half. Lane led 15-25. Bucks led 19-34. 16 ties, 22 lead changes. And 43-42, Bucks at the half outscored 41-36 in the second half. And at the line, Lane was 12 of 13 the second half. Bucks 17 of 25. So
you would think, looking at lead changes and times we were tied, this would be just a spectacular game to watch, but it really kind of was not. It just didn't have a flow to it. It certainly was a game where the Bucks could have done a lot better, but they just did not continue to play their offense. They let Lane take it to them, and in doing so, that was, for me, that was the game. And the free throw misses at crucial times. And when Lane was making their free throws, CBU was not making their free throws. So it's a learn. Hopefully, it's early in the season. It's a learning process. It's a game we should have won at home that we did not. So that's a giveaway. I mean, I see these as this is a giveaway, and so now we've got to take one back in a game maybe we shouldn't have won. Shouldn't win on the road that we do win. So I mean, it's a long season, and we'll see what happens here.
Absolutely, and the Bucks are off until Monday night, Thanksgiving on Thursday. So they'll be home against Harding, 7 o'clock tip on Monday night. I'm sorry. That's always a tough game. Coming off of this, you would think the Bucks will be fired up more than normal at this point.
I think, again, coming off the Lincoln Memorial win, I think they were a little bit flat today because they won a really nice ball game, and I think they thought they were better than they were, and they did need to play as hard as they probably should have. But anyway, happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and happy Thanksgiving to you, Ken. I'm thankful for you and for all the learning I do, and we'll turn it over to our coach. And let him.
Thank you very much, Dr. John Smiley, Jr., for all your help. And welcome, Coach. Welcome to the post game here. Tough loss for the Bucks, coming off a big, 3-0 start to the season and a big win over Lincoln Memorial. And tonight, I just like the Warren women the other night against the Lady Bucks in overtime. Told Dr. Smiley I'll be interested to see how Lane does in the SIAC this year, because if they play like they did tonight, I think they're going to do some damage.
Well, I mean, they played very well. You got to give them credit. They shot the lights out. I mean, I felt like early in the game, the first half, first 9, 10, 12 minutes, we did a terrible job guarding. We weren't out. They were shooting a lot of open shots, but that got them going. That got their confidence up. I think that first 10 minutes of the game is where we did the most damage to ourselves, just kind of making the game the way it was and getting in a situation where calls could beat you. I mean, we got that ball into Joe. He made a tough shot. It's a tough call. I mean, it could have gone either way. I mean, he kind of leaned in. I don't think it was tough. It's tough to lose on a call like that. Because it's, you're 2 down and you get the ball inside and get a bucket. I thought it was a really tough call when we had the trap on the out of bounds over here in the corner where they almost lost it out. And I don't, I didn't. But I told our guys, I said the problem is we let the game get to that point. A tough call could beat you. A call that could go either way, and down the home stretch, we shot a lot of free throws. Now the other thing that's tough, they're fouling us almost every time down the floor, and they're not going to call it every time. So you got to be strong with the ball. They're holding cuts, and as officials, they start feeling like, oh, it looks bad because we're in a double bonus too, but we're playing a totally different style, and that's the part that's frustrating. But we looked like a team coming off a really good win that just moved into the rankings, and we just came out flat. And they played, it was a combination of us not playing as well as we can play. You give them credit, but, and then you look at our shooting. I mean, we're 10 for 27 from 3.
There were so many of those wide open looks that we normally, I said at halftime, I'm like, we were 7 for 17. I'm like, 6 of those 10 were wide open. We hit 3 of them, and we're up by 10 points.
Right.
I mean, it's just one of those games.
Well, and that's a lot of times that's what it comes down to. I mean, their guard 3 just, he took it to us. I mean, he took it to us. The number 10, 3 and 10. I mean, they really, they did a number on. I mean, just a lot of one-on-one type stuff, and like I said, they just whipped us. You got to give them credit. It's a good win for them. And we understand, and our guys know it better now, that we got a chance to be good. We can beat really good teams, and we can lose to teams that are, at least. I mean, I think in the Gulf South, they're a middle of the pack kind of team. I mean, they're not, they're capable of beating most people, but clearly they're not as good as the team we played Saturday.
Yeah.
And again, that's basketball.
Yep. And that'll be even tougher up there because you do have a routine game in December on that road trip when you guys are gone. But
I remind our guys, we were 11-0 after Christmas last year. We came in here and we were flat, and Auburn Montgomery took it to us.
Yeah.
And we had to turn around and go back to Auburn Montgomery later in the season. And it was a game right after that Delta State loss. It was just the worst, as bad a loss as I've ever had as far as how tough it was to take as a team. And we're looking at going to Auburn Montgomery. You're thinking, boy, that's going to be really tough. And we go down there and play one of the best games we played in the month of February. So you never know. I mean, given night to night, we go up there, maybe we hit some shots early and they don't, and the game can take another direction. But like I said, they took it to us tonight.
Well, another big game from Adam. So consistent, 28 points tonight, and he was 9 for 13 from the line. That's good. It's magnified, it seems like, with Adam when he misses a few free throws, because he's going to have a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, you take 9 for 13.
Absolutely. That's what I say.
Adam's shooting is, he's. Offensively, he had a great game. He wasn't the problem. Now his turnovers are another story, and he knows that. I mean, and 3 of them early. Yeah. That was part of the game when the thing was going the wrong direction. And we only had at halftime we had 5 turnovers, which isn't terrible. If you only wind up with 10 turnovers in a game, really,
Well, 3 or 4 of those were the first 3 or 4 minutes of the second half.
Had 3 of them. They were early. He got trapped one time inside, and we didn't make a good pass out. And it's not all him. The guy's moving around him when he gets the ball in the post, and they're doubling him. People got to be moving better to space where they're open. Like the one he threw a skip pass, and a guy went up and got it. But the guy he's throwing to needs to shift enough to open. Like what we say is open a window. Open a passing lane for him where he's not having to throw it over somebody that's really athletic and long, and they'll go up and take that pass away. But like I said, they did a number on us, and they deserved it. And we just got to, it's one that we're going to go back and look at the film, try to figure out what happened, what went wrong, and we'll go from there.
And you're coming off Freshman of the Week honors for Nick Beifel. He was really special.
Yeah, he's playing really well.
He was really special right now, early on. And I think it hurt a little bit with Jake going to the bench 2 minutes in. 2 minutes in with the 2 minutes in with the second foul.
Yeah.
And that allowed them to have more of their drives, because he's a physical force underneath there and can cut some of those things off.
Yeah.
And that impacted a little bit too, because he was out the rest of the first half.
It got us out of it. And I really, when he came out, I told him I wasn't going to leave him out of there the rest of the half. It's kind of the way the half was going. And and one of the problems I'm having, Brad didn't play a lot in the second half. He didn't play as much as he would normally play. we're wanting to get Nick in there, and it's hard sometimes to figure out which guy to take out.
Right.
You know, we maybe should have shuffled it a little bit more than we did, because we definitely, Nick needs to play a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to take minutes away from other guys that I really feel strongly about, and it's kind of a feel thing. You know, Brad missed it, like a lot of us, missed a couple, didn't miss many, but missed a couple open threes and missed a free throw. And I just thought, you know, Brad's not, you know, he got that wide open second. He got that wide open in his corner in front of our bench. The kind that I think a lot of times he cans, and he seemed to hurry a couple. Just didn't seem to be totally on his game tonight, and that's probably not totally fair to him. I think, and then he missed the front end of the 1-on-1, and it's a lot of normal. A lot of it's just instinct. You're trying to figure it out, and you know, obviously I didn't push the right buttons tonight.
Yeah, well, you know, it's early. Like I said, it's a disappointing loss, but it's early, like you said. Watch the film. Hopefully they'll learn from it, and you know, you get a little break, I guess, on Thanksgiving, have a day or two off or whatever. And then, boom, you're right back to Harding, who's always tough here in Canada. I haven't looked to see how they are this year, but
Harding will be tough.
And then you hit the road for those 4 games, including the openers down. Luckily, it's the farthest road trip. You get out of there early, but
Florida, Valdosta, and then I think we go to Lane,
and then
Bellarmine. So, I mean, there's not any easy games. It's a very tough schedule, and if we handle it right, it'll make us better for the long stretch. But there's just not going to be any easy wins, that's for sure.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you for stopping by. Like I say, I know tough loss, but you and the Bucks have a nice, great Thanksgiving. Have some good practices, and we'll see you back here and get back on the winning way Monday night against Harding.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you very much, Mike. Coach Mike Newberry of the CBU Buccaneers falling home tonight to Lane, 83 to 79 to fall to 3-1 on the season. I want to thank Eric Opperman and all his fine staff to my left. I want to thank you fans, most of all, for listening in to tonight's ball game. And once again, Bucks drop their first loss of the season here at home to Lane. Lane improves to 1-2. Bucks 3-1. And we'll be back on the air Monday about 6:50, 6:55 for the Harding Bison as they come to town, and then we return the game at Harding on New Year's Eve. So until Monday night, this is Ken Opperman. Thanks for listening, everybody. Good night.